Bismillah, assalamu alaikum everybody. This is Abdurrahman Murphy joining you from Bursa. I'm sitting right now in the Green Masjid, the Green Mosque, which is a beautiful masjid that has been, just a highlight for so many of our people here on the Qalam Turkey trip with Dar es Salaam, alhamdulillah. The masjid is beautiful. There's all these tiles on the wall. One of the most beautiful prayer areas, the mihrab for the imam that I've ever seen. A very unique one. It's actually very big. And as we left the masjid, we got a tour from the imam here, from also the mueddin actually. As we left the masjid, I just saw this look of peace and tranquility on all the faces of the attendees of the program. And so I started asking some of them, how did you like it? What did you think? And they said, man, this, subhanAllah, visiting these masajid, because it's been like a really important part of our trip is to visit all the different masajid here. Visiting the masajid and praying in them is what they said has had such a profound impact on my iman. We've only had one or two hadith sessions up until this point, but we've constantly been praying in the masajid. And this speaks to something very important that I feel like Muslims all over the world can benefit from, and that is having a sincere, organic, very authentic relationship with the house of Allah. It is something that will do things for your iman that nothing else can do. Some acts of worship have a special place in your heart, and worshiping in the house of Allah is one of those things. The example that one of my teachers would give me sometimes was, imagine if you had a very close friend or a companion or a family member. The more you visited them, that was a very good indication of the strength of your relationship with them, right? And so the more you spent time at their house, and the less you wanted to leave, and the more you wanted to visit them, and the closer even you lived to them, was an indication of the bond of your relationship with them. And so the masjid here, subhanAllah, has been like this amazing institution for our trip. From Istanbul, when we had our masjid called Lalali Jamia right across the street from our hotel, it kind of became home. In fact, one of our younger participants, he's in his early 20s, he said that masjid feels like home to me. And it's funny, when you walk in the masjid, you'll see like families sitting together. From our group, you'll see a lot of the young guys just kind of like chilling out, relaxing. Some of them even fall asleep because they feel so comfortable. And that's a great sign that they feel comfortable in the house of Allah. And so the masajid experience here has been wonderful. And it just caused, it really caused me to think about, and it really reminded me of the importance of the masjid in our lives. Without sounding too preachy or over the top, this is just something that really should mean so much to us. We prioritize so many things in our lives. Whether it's where we're going to live, we think about education, we think about traffic, we think about amenities, stores, crime rates, etc. But not many of us actually factor in, like, is there a community nearby? Is there a masjid nearby? In fact, here at this Green Mosque, what's interesting is that it's centuries old, but there's actually a community center built around it. There's a courtyard, there's a restaurant, there's even a bathhouse that people can use. And so even back, hundreds of years ago, they were thinking that the masjid will be the focal point for people's lives. So whenever you make a decision that's a life decision about where you're going to live or where you're going to be, never ever forget that the masjid has to be part of that equation, has to be a priority. And also in the daily schedule component, because moving, you don't move every day, but in the daily schedule component, make sure that your daily schedule has some sort of interaction with the masjid. I'm going to go drop off my kid at school, I'm going to go pick up my groceries, I'm going to go drop off some mail, I'm going to go do this or that, I'm going to go return something at the store. Let me stop at the masjid and pray dhuhr. Let me start my day with fajr at the masjid. Let me finish off after dinner with tea. I'm going to take my son, I'm going to take my daughter, take my wife, take my family, all to the masjid for Isha, or something like that. Even if it's every other day, just have some sort of connection to the masjid. I think this connection that we've developed here in Turkey on this trip, on the Qalam Turkey trip, alhamdulillah, has shown all of us, me and all the participants, Brother Jamil from Dar es Salaam, it's shown all of us how important the masjid has to be to our lives. Being able to pray in the masjid so frequently and just come in, wherever we are, there's a masjid ready for us to pray in. And the sisters too, they're really loving it. And the sister spaces here are beautiful. They feel so welcome, mashallah. And that goes out to all of our sisters as well, that you got to make sure that you have some relationship with the masjid, inshallah ta'ala, as much as you can. I know it's difficult. I know the masajid don't cater for women, and that's a problem that we're addressing, we're trying to fix, especially at Qalam Institute. We're really trying to tackle it head on. But try your best, inshallah, to have some sort of relationship with the masjid and use that experience to become re-mosqued close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us and make us companions and people who are beloved of the masjid, that the masjid loves hosting us and that we love being hosted by the masjid. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. We'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.